before this show.
Seconds. No hot goss. Volumes are up. No hot goss, Caitlin.
No hot goss. I'll keep it in. I'll keep a lid on it.
Yeah. Oh shit, here we go.
Goth Yearbook After Hours.
Good evening and welcome to another exciting episode of Goth Yearbook After Hours. Is I, your host as always, Eric, aka the Eric Wynn, and with me as always is the hostess with the mostest, Caitlin, aka the Caitlin D. Caitlin, how's it hidden ringing?
Oh man. Yeah. All right. I have a retraction and apology, and I know like apologies are a big thing these days, so this is my apology video. I don't even know if I actually did mention this on the show, but either way,
I know you've told it to me at least via text, and I feel like it was brought up on the show once, but maybe like a more condensed, like hidden version of it.
All right, so long story short, my mother gave me her wedding ring from her failed marriage to my father before she died. And shouts out. Yeah, it's like my most valuable possession, probably, as far as like something you're not supposed to lose, and like also maybe worth some money. But I was like 110,000% positive that I had lost it, because when I moved, I went through everything the last time I moved. And I couldn't find it, and it was usually in my bathroom, but I had my own bathroom in my last apartment, but so I would just keep it kind of out because I was wearing it a lot. So I would keep it in this like jewelry box, but it was just like out on the counter. And I might have implicated someone in the theft, in the alleged theft. And this is I've been getting a lot of signs from the universe lately to clean my closet, like repeatedly, to the point where like I'll be waiting in line behind people. I was waiting behind someone in line somewhere, and she was like a professional closet organizer.
Her
and
name's
she was
like
talking
Anita Closet Clean.
Oh, that was good.
Thank you.
Yeah, Anita Closet was like talking about, it was the most LA conversation. She was talking about how she like will, help you like jump timelines by like
were you talking to her, or did you overhear this?
No, she was on the phone. That's why I'm holding my hand up like this.
I know she was like on the phone with you.
In a telephone. She was on the phone with like a potential client talking about what she does and how her business centers around helping people start over, and like after a bad relationship, like you have like things trapped in your aura and you need to cleanse. It was like this long, like in-depth conversation, and every time I don't know, like see any, it's just been everywhere, and I keep being like, okay, I'll do it. Also because I've been wanting to move forever, and I'm like, I feel like a good way to get ready to move is to start going through your stuff and getting rid of things,
right,
like mentally preparing for like a new life, new me, new stuff. And then there's also the aspect of like wanting to like let new things in. And so I was like, tonight I was like, all right, I'm gonna just like do a little Marie Kondo action on the back of my closet and like get it started. I also had dreams about it. Anyway, shit. So here's the ring in question, by the way. So I did find the ring. It was not ever stolen. The person I implicated might have stolen it. We'll probably never listen to any of these episodes, but I just think that I should hold myself accountable and retract that, because it's a douchey thing to, even
so you never like outright did though, right? You never like
no, I never like asked them about it or said that, but I was like convinced that they took it because there was a history. But I think it's important to to have these experiences and remember that we are sometimes all very stupid.
I just like, you're like, there was a history, like you keep going further in your closet tonight and like more of the stuff is like all falling out. You're like, whoa.
No, like I would find my stuff in their room kind of thing, you know?
I think you did tell me that. You did.
Now I'm just using this apology as an excuse to talk shit. But anyway, so I felt really bad. And I think this is my opportunity to say, hey, we're all human. We all fucked up sometimes. Sometimes you're the douchebag. Sometimes I'm the douchebag. And with that, I will leave this story off with a quote from my friend's high school yearbook page, because this is Goth Yearbook. And it is, I must learn to love the fool in me, the one who feels too much, talks too much, takes too many chances, wins sometimes and loses often, lacks self-control, loves and hates, hurts and gets hurt, promises and breaks promises, laughs and cries. It alone protects me against that utterly self-controlled, masterful tyrant whom I also harbor, and who would rob me of my human aliveness, humility, and dignity, but for my fool.
Oh, shit. That's like straight out of like Jagged Little Pill or some Alanis Morissette shit right there. I am a fool. I'm a believer. I like it. You know what? That's gross.
So that is my like apology video that ends with me just like justifying my actions with being like, I'm just a baby, just a soul trying to be a human, asking the universe to love her.
Imagine like the most canceled, like Harvey Weinstein being like, like at like a press conference.
I must learn to love the fool in me. Oopsie.
Oh, it's like, you guys, we all need to grow.
Yeah. Ooh. Maybe I'm gonna work on my apology videos. So,
well, no, that was good. That was good. You know what? That was growth. You know what? You're right. Sometimes you're the douche. Sometimes I'm the douche. We all have that moment. So you know what? Who among us hasn't ever done something like that? But who among us ever goes on their podcast and talks about it? Oh, shit. Well,
I don't know what to say, man.
I don't either. My mom has like a new lover, I think, named Armando. Other than that, nothing real new.
Oh my God, we had a fun talk about that, and you guys put together furniture together. That's real sweet.
Yeah, I have.
It's your new dad.
I have Father's Day plans now.
Wait, do you really?
No.
Oh.
They're not actually. They're courting, I think. I don't know what they're at. I don't know.
Is he courting you or your mom?
Well, should have seen him this weekend. He was very impressed by the fact that I was an Eagle Scout. I'll tell you that.
You should watch the pretty bad soft horror movie, The Stepfather.
Oh, shit. Like a late in life, like stepfather's like, well, I'm still gonna murder all of you. Yeah. It's just gonna be a lot harder to round all of you up because you all live in different places.
I mean, at certain point, it's just habit. Old dogs, new tricks, you know. Not gonna happen.
Oh shit. Well, this is a good note to get out of this conversation. Let's bring on our guest for this evening, who is a returning champ, I'm going to say, to the podcast. The alumni, yeah. And of the radio show, and was part of our Halloween special, if I'm not mistaken. I, of course, am talking about the one and the only Ammo, who I'm asking to unmute. There's never... Oh, you can hear the ghostly laughs. Yeah, there she is. Hello.
I was just trying to revisit the Halloween special when I was the like weird witch in the woods or whatever.
Yeah. It's so funny actually. It's kind of like inside baseball, but real quickly, like the studio that I used to do all this through the YouTube, for whatever reason, like it forever holds that one image up when I have to like do this other video thing for the intro stuff. So like every single time I go to the thing, like I see you real quickly and it like creeps me out every single time. It is, man, like if you were to see that video just like unprompted, or you got that in the middle of the night and so no one knew who you were or anything like that, you'd be like legitimately kind of creeped out. You'd be like, oh shit, this is like a real ass witch in the woods.
You sold it.
That's my life now. Actually only for what is it, Wednesday?
Whoa, big announcement.
5 more days. 5 more days. Yeah.
Where are you moving on to?
I'm moving to New York for the summer.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I had enough of the forest.
Yeah, that's quite a change because you've been like isolated in the woods during quarantine and now you're just like going opposite.
Yeah. I was like, that was not the smartest thing to do now that well, you know what, actually it was a good thing to do because it forced me to get shit together and get my music released and do the things I needed. But I'm like hitting that breaking point now where I'm like, okay, I'm ready to like walk out my door and like go get coffee.
Right.
Like that's really what I want. So it's nice up here. I've drank so much wine and I didn't know that where I am is like super wine country.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I even went to Napa recently or Glen Ellen or whatever, and the wine didn't even compare. And I was so shocked. I was like,
really?
I live in a very special land, but I want to leave.
Yeah, you're like a part of like a wine club or something now, right? Like a wine and pizza club or something?
I like sound like an alcoholic and I'm not. I haven't drank since Sunday. Okay, guys.
All right.
Stay strong.
Yeah, I'm on my break, my weekly break. No, but really there's like the only thing to do up here is like work on your art or whatever it is you want to do, relax, which I don't know how to do, and drink wine and hike. So
that sounds great. I mean, I feel like I'm just imagining this like magical fairy woods where like there's little babbling creeks and the creeks are just wine, you know? And you just like stop off at the creek and drink it like an animal.
I had this vision of like a video game where it was just like cups of wine, like the wine emoji, like lined up along a stream. And I was just like, you like hop, and then to get energy, you just
get like the next one,
the wine glass.
I wish it worked like that. It is literally like, I feel like at this point in my life, I'm one of those people that just every glass of alcohol that I drink, I feel my video game bar just like get depleted by half. Yeah. Like I just got punched in the gut or something. I'm like, oh dear.
Well, like it's fun too because you're saying that you did all your like projects out there, and so great to imagine that you're like, it was all just done like in a drunken like state of mind and just like nonstop. And then like once you're in New York, like you're like listening to all your music for the first time in like fresh ears, and you're like, oh my, the lushness really comes out.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I wasn't drunk the whole time, but I was definitely enjoying the wine, but I don't know, I'm ready to have like some gin or something, like a cocktail.
Yeah,
done. The wine has like reached its peak.
Speaking of new music, by the way, you actually have a new single coming out this Friday, don't you?
I do, and I'm really excited because it's last year I released a song, a cover. So this one is going to be an original.
Oh, shit.
And it's my first under my project, which I named myself. I don't know why I named it my name. That was
same.
I thought it was a great idea. I was like, this is going to be great. It'll just be ammo and like, and now I'm like, oh man, like, why did I do that? I should have just like created an alter ego and just been some like elusive being. I don't know, but I'm here, and that's a very up and down thing for me, but I'm really like very excited to have it come out, to actually have like a song that I wrote out. And this is the first thing I like really produced and like played everything on. I worked with my old drummer Alex Pazell from Black Flamingo.
Nice.
So he helped like co-produce, and he did a lot of the engineering and stuff like that, but and a lot of the drum stuff. So I gave him like some weird ass janky drum stuff, and he was just like, let's work on this. And I was like, okay. I was like, can you add more reverb and delay and then like ping pong it back and forth? And he's just like, what? So yeah, but that actually the reason that got completed so fast was because when the whole like pandemic thing happened, we quarantined together. We were like, all right, well, let's just like bang out these songs. And so like we had started working in like February, but he's a doctor, so he's busy a lot. So trying to like figure things happen, but I'm gonna just get things started, I guess. I don't know.
Very cool. I feel like it's a bold move to quarantine with a doctor during COVID. It's like,
yeah, that's
on the one hand, it's like cool because you're like, if you get sick, you can just be like, help me, but also not, because they're like probably never home. But then aren't they getting like exposed all the time, you know?
Well, he wasn't officially a doctor until the end of May. So
Got
he
it.
was in his last year and now he's in his residency. So he went to New York and
he timed that
me.
really well.
I know. But it was kind of one of those things where it's like, oh man, we have all this time and you're leaving. And we didn't know when we started that he was going to leave, because it's kind of like a lottery. So you pick like your top 3 schools and then they just kind of like whoever, like, it's this weird way they do it. I don't even know if I can explain it, but anyways, his choices were in LA, but his third choice was New York, and then it's like he got shipped out, you know. Okay. So we found out like, I don't know, April, and then we were like, oh, we got to get this done, and so we just like kind of just every day, you know, even when I was like, I don't want to, I'm depressed, I'm gonna be in the bed. Like, he was like, I'm coming over, and
a little like, microphone under the blanket.
Yeah, well, there were times when, because the studio is in one room, and then my bedroom's right across the way. There were a couple days that I actually was like laying in bed and he was working on like drum stuff, and he'd be like, how does this sound? And I'd be like, great. And then I'd be like,
you're doing awesome. That was just me in my bedroom. I like recorded my album like at this desk, and then my bed is like right here, and so I would just like get the willpower over to like slide into my chair and be like.
Sometimes that's all it takes. Like, it's the like thinking about it that's the hardest part. It's like, oh, I really don't feel like this for whatever reason. Like, so dumb, because like for me, I love making music. I'm assuming you do too. And it's like, it makes part of my life feel so much better. But yet there's this weird like duality where it's like, why do I have to do this? Like,
I know,
it's a chore.
I think about that a lot, because there do seem to be people that just like create so prolifically and so easily, you know, like they have no resistance to it. And I feel like I always have this like creativity that if I don't express it, like I just get like more and more shut down as a person. Yet to get myself to do it requires like me being like, I need to like meditate and walk and like just like hype myself up into like the state where I can like sit down and do it. And I wonder if part of that is just like, I don't know, some of us are programmed, like I think I maybe have beliefs about like being creating like a waste of my time, you know, and or like not contributing to society, or you know, like where am I gonna see the dollar from that, and that kind of thing. So it makes it harder maybe to like just, and then I have the inner critic voice too, where it's like, oh, are you sure that's what you're going with for this, you know? You sure about that?
Yeah, I'm with you on all of that, because I'm definitely like a workaholic, but like I say workaholic, but I'm like a busyaholic. Like sometimes I'm like, why am I doing this? I just wasted like 4 hours trying to learn how to like set up like an ad on the internet for my music, and I just like did it wrong, and then it's like, and then I'm like, I should just be playing my guitar or like recording something, because that's like really what like I'm not, I don't know, like my job isn't like an ad person, you know, or whatever. Marketing, that's what they call it.
Yeah, the whole being a DIY musician thing where you have to be like, okay, like am I a model? Am I like a photographer? Am I a video editor? Oh, I'm everything. I literally just have to be everything if I want anyone to see this or give my music a chance.
Right. I think about that sometimes because I do all of that myself, but then I'm like, I also think I'm very particular about stuff, and so like, would I let someone else do that for me, you know?
Right, yeah.
So I don't know. And then sometimes I do stuff and I'm like, this is so dumb. Like, why did I do this? And now everyone's seen it and like, I don't know.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think like that well, our topic at the beginning, which, you know, the folly of man is just like we don't know what we're supposed to be doing. It, you know, ultimately it's all just fun and games anyway. So it's
Yeah. I mean,
just
I just think everything's absurd and ridiculous, and it's and I float between that and being like, being alive is just like such a fluke. And then also like, I must help my fellow man and recycle, even though it's like corporations should be like recycling, not like
Right.
individuals, because it's all their fault anyways. Thank you for blaming us.
Right.
That's a whole other situation. But you know, yeah, I don't know. I float between those two things, and yeah,
being alive is hard.
Yeah, that's like my motto. I'm like, people will be like, oh, I don't want to, and I'm like, life is so hard, and they're like, are you mocking me? And I'm like, no, it really is.
Yeah, no.
Like, it is ridiculous, but here we are, and I don't know, I think we want to be here to some degree. So
yeah.
On that note, Eric, do you have some
I was gonna say,
questions from our listeners?
I do, but I did want to point out, I was thinking about the fact that both of you are musical projects where you are like, you're the face of it and it is your name, and that must be so fucking vulnerable, because I guess when you're like, you know, if you're Meatloaf, you can hide behind like a persona that like that
you
goes
can hide
for fucking
behind
Meatloaf.
some ketchup.
But like that must
Sorry,
be
bad dad joke.
I liked it.
That
was good. That was good. That, because Emma, what you were saying about like the, you know, you're very particular about like what you put out there, but then something might get through the lines or whatever, and at the time it felt right, but then you're looking at it and you're like, that was like what I released and it's now out there. Like anything from a picture to a flyer to like a song to this to that. And man, like, because I do that even just with the show sometimes, where like, I'll do something just like art for like a show or something like that, and I'll be like it was just one that I wasn't feeling, I put out there. I'm like, oh, that's like really out there, and people already liked it, and so like that. So like the second there's even one like, you're like, I can't pull it back now. So
yeah, it's the one like it's the first one, and you're like, shit, I can't delete this.
Oh, I delete shit all the time
because I feel like everyone's gonna see someone be like, where'd it go? What happened? Oh, he knew. But I give you guys a lot of credit, because I just like picturing that being like, it's Kate Lindy, it's Ammo, like that's the product, that's like the vision that's out there. It must feel so fucking frightening every single time you release anything.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know why
I personally I feel like, to me, I think it's like exposure therapy, because I am like, I don't want to say like super introverted, because, you know, obviously we're all a little both, but I have a lot of like fear about like showing who I am to the world or whatever, you know? So I think I constantly do it because it's like an impulse that I'm trying to like wrestle with or whatever. And I'm like, if I just like do everything embarrassing, I cannot be embarrassed anymore. And it's totally not true. I'm always more amazed at how much more shame I can bear. But like, I think, you know, ultimately it's just like, I have to not take it so seriously. And most of it, it's like it's an inside joke with myself, if nothing else, you know, like my Instagram even at this point is like so much sadder than I think I actually am as a person, but it's because like I just like put myself in this box, and now people, I don't know, like it, so now I'll kind of like fuck with it, you know. So I'm just like, well, that's who my Instagram is, that doesn't mean that's who I am, you know.
That's the brand now.
Yeah, but that's when you start, like, I feel like when you start to separate yourself from that, and you're just like, fuck it, just post it. And then you just start posting things, and then you just like have this like separation, and you can like create identities. And I think people realize that now, that you can just like, you know, like your social media profile isn't the whole
Well, people used
piece
to make
of the pie.
their whole lives up, like before there was social media, before there was paperwork and like things following people ever, like like a frontier town or something, and you're like, I'm Becky now. Like, I don't want anyone to know about Ava.
Yeah.
She shot her husband. Right. I'm Becky. What's up?
Yeah.
That's true. That is what social media is now. Like, you're just putting your fucking flag in new places, and you're like, I decree this place to be this new version of myself that you will see, and it's me that goes to the spa retreats and to the wine tastings and to the this and that. It's like not the Ava on the inside who's crying about having shot her husband, it sounds like, or something.
That's
right. But yes, we do sorry, got a little off track there. We do have some voicemails and things like that, so let's get right into it.
Oh, you do? Okay, I'm so excited. I was like, does anyone care to ask anything? At least to me, in a very selfish way.
No, you don't.
You guys, yeah.
People only ask stuff to our guests.
Yeah, exactly. All right, here we go.
Yeah, my question for Ammo is, what is your favorite song on the Reality Bites soundtrack and why? And what does it mean to you? Okay, that's it.
Oh my God, I don't even know.
I assumed it was like a inside joke, or
I thought that was like a total leading the witness kind of thing. I thought he wanted a very specific answer.
I got pulled up right now.
I'm trying to like recognize the voice. I'm like, who is that?
I think
that's like what I care about.
I think I might know who it is, but I'm not going to blow up their spot.
You don't have to tell me. It can remain
a mystery.
I totally am cheating, and I'm looking at it right now.
Well, the big one was "Stay," the Lisa Loeb song. You say.
Oh yeah. You know what? I have a very fun Lisa Loeb story. Well, I have two actually.
You have two.
The second one's not as exciting. Okay. Well, one actually involves her, and one involves myself as a young teenager. So I was so obsessed with that song that I wrote down in my Trapper Keeper ruled notebook, like 3 notebook, the lyrics to Stay. Oh, wow. And I could memorize them, and I would just like that's how I like memorize stuff. I just kept writing over and over again. I guess maybe like I got in trouble a lot with the chalkboard thing where you have to like go in and be like, I will not stab my schoolmate with a pencil or whatever.
Well, that sounds like a good story too. We'll bookmark that one for later.
Sounds like Ava's Ava's origin story.
Okay. How about we'll subplot this. One time in detention, we would sharpen pencils, and I got in trouble with another girl for fighting, and we would sharpen our pencils and try to chuck them across the room to stab each other in junior high.
Wow.
So that was that story. But anyways, so the Lisa story.
Wow.
Jeez. That is Goth Yearbook material right there.
Yeah, for real. God damn.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. I forgot about that until you know how you have you start talking to people about things and then all your memories come flooding back. That's like how my brain works. Otherwise, I have
that's the premise of our show.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm just like a blank slate, like thinking about what pops into my head. I'm just like, yeah, I like ocean, roses, and like some reverb, like that's like floating around in my head all the time.
I've never seen you smile more than in this moment. We're like, I tried to stab my classmate, guys.
Because it's funny memories. Now. Well, we tried to stab each other, and it was from a distance. So it wasn't like I was like, like psycho on her.
Right. Okay, all right.
But wait, where was I?
Lisa
oh yeah,
Loeb.
Writing. I was using an example of writing on the top. Okay, so I was like writing the Stay lyrics over and over and over again, and so I had, and I think I might even have this at my parents' house still. Is I just folded it up into this like little tiny square, and then I would unfold it, and then I'd read it all, and then I'd fold it back. So it has like these deep creases, like it's like cloth now. Like if I just like kind of like held it might like tear apart. So I just like keep it in this little box at my parents' house. So I know all the lyrics to Lisa Loeb's Stay.
Nice.
I don't know why I've never learned to actually how to play it on like the guitar, like singer-songwriter or whatever, but
yeah,
maybe I should.
That'd be a good cover.
So yeah, I mean, oh God, the list of covers that I want to do is forever. And I'm just like, why? Like,
it's a good curve. That's a good curveball kind of cover, though. It's a good, like, one of those like perfect ones where it's like kind of on the nose, but kind of not at the same time.
Yeah,
it hits the good mark for a cover.
Be fun to sing too.
Yeah.
And it's like a sing along.
Yeah. A little bit of harmony too, like in that like bridge part of it when it's going back, like no. I don't know. I did not write down the lyrics a bunch, so I don't know.
Maybe you should be the singer. I'll play and you'll sing.
All right, there we
go. Yeah.
You immediately have to put like a out of business sign like on your Instagram the next day. There was doing
like different variations of Lisa Loeb's Stay covers. That's like like that's how I feel like TikTok is. It's like the same thing over and over and over with just like one word changed.
Yeah.
And like a different eyeliner or something. And I'm like, oh, what's happening here?
I keep getting in my Instagram like whatever they call it, like the what's that called, the recommendation area or the
explore page.
I've shown Caitlin, I keep getting this like, it's this like really attractive like younger guy who is clearly like doing like a TikTok thing that he's also brought over to his Instagram where he's like doing dance moves like, and it's so cheesy. Like he's like how like just cheesing so hardcore, but he's gorgeous. He's like a young model, obviously. And every fucking week, like there's a new one where all of a sudden it's like I saw like a week ago, it was him and his little brother. I don't. I swear to God, I don't. I just see it in the explore page every single time. Every single time I see him, like I don't even click it on the explore page, but I do see that. I was gonna say like last week it was his little brother. This week it was his mom. It's just like every single time.
You're obviously clicking on it.
I'm not.
Watch it.
I get the same video at the top every day. Like I accidentally, you have to click onto the Explorer to do a search.
Yeah.
So like the first video on the top is always the same for at least a week and a half for me.
Same here. The other one I keep getting, like, because it cycles through, I keep getting fucking Foo Fighter videos. I swear I'm not clicking on. I do no hate to people who like them. I actually don't like the Foo Fighters at all. And I keep getting fucking Foo Fighters videos, and it blows my. I just have no idea what's going on. Like it feels so like
someone's
specific.
Out to get you.
Yeah. There was a promise of 2 Loeb stories, by the way. I want to hear the other one.
Oh, the other one is more of like I finally got to like actually see her a couple years ago. An old friend of mine runs the Whammies, and it's like a party that's hosted that the Heartbreakers play, not Tom Petty, but his like backing band.
Right.
And they have all these like guest stars. And so I got invited one year, and I got to see Lisa Loeb there and sing a song. And I also got to see Perry Farrell. And that was really fun.
Yeah.
And it was at No Vacancy, that underground spot in Hollywood. So it was like small, and it was really cool. And
that's cool.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God. And then she like walked by me, and I was like,
I'm like your words down.
I got to play there, so Lisa Loeb and I played in the same spot.
Oh
yeah, I played there before. Yeah.
Hollowed Halls.
Yeah.
Hollowed Halls.
Was she rocking the
story? It's not as exciting. She wore the glasses.
I was gonna ask, she was rocking them.
I was like, let's see. So that was what, 90, what year did that song come out?
Well, the Reality Bites soundtrack came out in 94. Damn, she's
94.
almost
okay.
Yeah, she's almost at 30 years writing that song. Nice.
Okay, well, she looks the same. So
I've seen
kudos to her.
I've seen pictures of her in like the last 5 years, and I've honestly been like astounded. I was like, holy shit, she somehow is very ageless.
You know what other 90s thing popped up again? Who's releasing new music? Sneaker Pimps.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, I got tagged in like a radio thing, And I was like, oh my God, I have to retweet this immediately because I was so excited. And then I didn't even know what it was for. And I just wrote like, oh my God, sneaker pimps, we're in the same tweet or something, like total like fangirl. And then I went back later after I realized what I did. And I was like, should I delete this? Number one. Number two, like, what are they doing? And then I actually realized they're like releasing new music, which is cool.
If it makes you feel any better, I DM'd a reality dude from that Netflix show The Circle.
Oh no.
Oh, good. Did you unsend it?
Oh,
That's my favorite.
No, man, I'm shooting my shot.
My favorite thing though is when someone sends a message and then it pops up on my phone on like preview. I can read it, and then like an hour later they unsend it and it's gone, and I'm like, I know what you said.
Oh, I can't have previews on my phone. I'm not brave enough for that.
Oh, I mean, I don't always look at them. I have Instagram ones on, but not nothing else.
Oh shit, mysterious. I have none on. I have like nothing actually. I like to keep it always mysterious.
Oh, you're smart. Yeah. No wonder you never respond to me. No, I'm just kidding.
I actually, it's a carryover from. I was told that was like a good way of keeping your battery health. So, for your health out there, guys.
Oh, I got the new phone, so I'm like, it lasts like 2 days now, and then I'm like, cool. I don't ever have to charge this thing.
I'm just always afraid that I'll be at work and someone will like, my phone will just like get a notification and like it'll be something from, just private or anything from Eric ever. And I'll be like, that's just not professional at all.
I like don't care. I'm like, yeah, just let it all hang out. Like,
well,
I'm not see anything coming in.
I work in like a chiropractor clinic, so and I'm like working with people who like get on a table and are naked in front of me, so I have to like maintain some boundaries.
Yeah.
Just some. Someone wanted to know. I'm kind of going to go all over the place with the questions and things like that, but someone wanted to know. I want to make sure we hit this one. As an astrology lover, how is this eclipse treating you?
I knew that was going to be a question.
How did they know? Actually, there's like a lot of aspects in my chart right now. Like kind of, I've got a nice, or whatever. If you guys know astrology, you'll be able to date me. Who gives a shit? But like as far as my age, I have a Saturn square going on right now.
Not like take you on a date.
You have a what? Sorry.
A Saturn square going on right now, which is like between your Saturn returns. So it's like everyone talks, like I feel like people know a lot about like Saturn returns, and so like the eclipse right now, I'm just like, whatever, that is nothing compared to what's going on to my Saturn square conjunct Venus shit that I'm like dealing with. So it's kind of funny that I'm like releasing music and like doing like podcasts and like trying to like be a good band person and promote my music, because Saturn is like up in my 10th house, which is like what you're known for, kind of like your career, not your job, but like your career, like the things that you do. So which would make sense. I do music, like I've done music pretty much my whole life, and I'm pretty much the only consistent. And that's squaring my Saturn, my natal Saturn, that's I was born with, and that kind of makes things like really crazy and a lot, and I feel super overwhelmed right now. But I'm just like, I feel like yesterday I had a moment where I was like, oh, I could just like make something for no reason and just like, I'm not worried. Like, so then I started making buttons to take to New York with me.
Oh, that's good. I thought you were going to say make a baby.
Make a baby.
It was like, I can just make something like
for no reason.
Yeah.
There is no reason. Okay, I've been watching Handmaid's Tale, and
that show's bleak.
Talk about making babies. I was like, that sounds terrifying.
Yeah, that's it.
But yeah, so we are on the Gemini Sag axis. I don't think the eclipse hit me because the degree that it's at isn't hitting at least the lunar eclipse didn't hit my chart. The solar eclipse on the 10th, I think it is, June 10th. I think it conjuncts some stuff in my chart. I have to check, but I got really obsessive last year with the astrology, and I had to like tone it down a bit because I was like, just, it's like a deep,
it's so
dark
complex.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that like I think because I read tarot cards, people assume that I know about astrology when they talk to me. But I it's one of those things that I always tend to just leave to other people because I'm like, well, other people are so well versed in it, you know, like I don't want to speak to it because I don't really know exactly. But the older I get, the more I'm like, I just want to know for my own personal, like, so I can have a better understanding without having to consult people, like what's going on with me. But I always get so overwhelmed because there's like I don't want to do math to figure out like what I'm going through, you know. Like
it is like pretty scientific for like a metaphysical kind of
well, it's based on complex patterns, you know.
Yeah, and it's I like that kind of stuff. It's like a puzzle to me, but it definitely gets very overwhelming. And yeah, I like when I was younger, I went hardcore and then I stopped, and I go through these like phases where I just like dig in and I'm just like all about it, and then I have to like take a break. And so I like pay attention to the transits and stuff, but I'm like I don't always know what's going on. I know what's going on right now because I also have like a Neptune situation happening, which is like causing like delusional thoughts. So that one I'm like, I looked it up last year and I knew it was coming, and I was like, okay, you cannot like lose your marbles when this transit hits, because they're like outer planets too, so they like take a long time to travel, so you're stuck with them for like years, some of them, you know. So I just was like, I like check, and I have like a actually all my astrology books are like right here. How convenient. I got this cool book. It's like a personal astrology almanac.
Ooh.
And it was like $30, and they print this entire thing. It's all about me for 6 months.
Wow, I love that.
That's crazy.
and it's really
say
cool.
no more.
And you can and if you want to save the planet, you don't have to get the print version. You can just get a download for like, I think $9 or something.
Yeah, how do you
it reminds me of like it reminds me of the reason I got excited. It reminds me of when you're a kid and you can like have a book like made about you know.
Oh yeah, totally.
But this is like, I guess more well, that's probably pretty mystical too in a Joseph Campbell sense. But oh yeah, what is the website for this?
Yeah, how does one find this?
Shoot, what the heck is this called? I don't know.
For the listener at home, Ammo is
just in one ear out the other.
No, tearing through that book, just trying so hard to find anything.
Well, this will not be our future advertiser.
Oh, honeycomb.
Honeycomb.
Nice. Like that's super cool.
But yeah, it gives you so like every day it'll give you like, this day these are all your transits and like all this like crazy stuff. And it gives you an ephemeris. It like gives you your Hellenistic astrology stuff, which so for all the non-astrology people out there are different genres of astrology, and people fight over them in the astrology community of like what's right and what's wrong. And I think it's annoying because I actually think that they're good for different things, and also like do what works for you. I don't know, like who cares? Like I'm not going to be like Vedic is better than Hellenistic. And
well, it's like different languages. They come out of different cultures and everything's relative, you know.
Yeah, so I think it's like whatever works for you and what you understand. Like for me, I'm like, I also read tarot, so I'm very much into like the Kabbalah and Hellenistic, or not Hellenistic, Hermetics. I don't know, I'm on the Hellenistic thing, Hermetic stuff. And so all the cards are like related to an astrology sign, and can like kind of like, you probably know like that kind of, at least that much, you know.
Oh yeah.
I'm just kind of laughing because you were like, a Saturn square, so you guys gonna be able to date me, as if you talking about writing down Lisa Loeb's Stay a million times as a kid isn't gonna be the thing that dates you.
That's actually, you know, that's kind of funny. That could be kind of a Saturn thing, because Saturn's like in it for the long haul. It's like the little things that you do every day to like get to a goal eventually. And so it's father time. It's like you have to put effort into something, and that's what, if you put some effort into something, it'll grow, you know. And like that's what like a lot of Saturn stuff is about, is like, it kind of like, it gets a bad rap, like it's like holding you back, but it's like giving you like what you actually need. So when you have like Saturn stuff happen, it's like, just roll with it, because if you try to fight it, it's gonna fuck with you, basically.
That's right.
Eric, have you been feeling energy from the eclipse? Or I don't know what's going on. Have you been? What's up with you?
Astrology. I'm just, hanging out.
Have you been feeling like anything energetically lately different for you, or?
A little, I've been. I mean, this is gonna sound so like cheesy, but like I have been. Sorry, Murph, you gotta go down. Murph, the dog, was on my lap for a moment because he was freaking out. I was going to say I've been feeling more energized lately, but I also have been like consciously trying to work out more and stuff like that. But then the last 2 days, I swear to God, I've been like in a fucking coma. On Monday, the day I had off, I literally slept for the entire day. I was only up for like 3 hours. So I don't know. I'm all over the place right now, man. I do want to quickly shout out, Emma, the first time you were on the show, you had mentioned, for those of you who had not listened to that episode, Ammo undertook quite the project of looking up like the full charts of all of her like musical icons and things like that. Is that a project you're still doing to this day, or did you have to kind of take a pause on that during the last year?
I took a break because I was writing every month. I was writing this like insanely in-depth like tarot scope astrology thing, and then I was making Spotify playlist, and I was like, I quit, and I was like, I quit, I need a break or whatever. And it was right before like Aquarius season came, and you were like, what, where's my like playlist? So I like went and dug into my archives and like did a little research, and I was like, I am making this playlist just for Eric, because it's for his birthday. And so I made him a playlist.
It was great.
What a DJ. I was about to say what a diva, and it came out what a DJ.
Which is funny because I did like utilize some of the songs into like my DJ sets later that month. I was like,
amazing.
Ammo, good shit.
So and then today is Lydia Lunch's birthday.
I saw that. Nice. Yeah, which Gemini makes sense for her. Ammo, we were talking about this like a few weeks ago. Kaylin, I feel like we probably talked about this on the Grace Jones episode, but Grace Jones just celebrated a birthday not too long ago. And I'm sure Kaylin and I talked about it briefly on that episode. I don't remember anymore, but it just, her being a Taurus struck me as not right. But I don't know. What do you two think?
Really? I don't know. I haven't seen her chart, so I don't really know, but she's super grounded. Like, and I could totally see her being a Taurus, but also the thing is that everyone's always like, oh, what's your sun sign? And it's just like, well, where does your sun sign sit and what's aspected to it? So she could have most of her planets or aspects sitting in another part of the chart and only have her sun Taurus, like maybe her ascendant is something totally different. Like what do you think that she, like what she is, like what like her...
a Leo or Scorpio, or what do you think, Kaylin? You did a full
Leo,
research episode.
I mean,
her.
I did see Taurus, but like not everyone is like the sleepy time bear caricature of a Taurus like I am. Like that's just
I have a double Taurus in my chart.
but I could, I've met some more fiery Tauruses and whatever, and like there is, like Emma said, she is grounded, and there's definitely a stubbornness, I imagine, with her that comes through in a lot of her interviews.
Yeah,
and
no
work.
fucking shit.
All right, her ascendant is in Sagittarius, and so is her Jupiter, and which is like expansive. So like I can see, and then her moon is in Libra. Does she have any Leo? Or Saturn's in Leo? Oh, that's generational. Yeah, I can see this. I mean, I'd have to dig in a little more and see what the aspects really are. But
for the listener at home, once again, we see Ammo very like studiously this
I'm
time like digging through a website instead of the Zoom thing. She's all close to her screen, like.
I'm like, hello. I'm trying to get into the chart. Well, yeah. So that would make sense. Like the Sag side. That's like the ascendant is like a big part of who you are.
Yeah.
And so it's like very fiery and yeah.
So
I don't know. Yeah.
we are like wanting to knock a couple of these out real fast because we do have a couple more.
Okay.
The voicemail thing, the audio on it was kind of messing up earlier. I tried to make it right, but it was not working for me. But someone wanted to essentially know, Ammo, if you believe in aliens and if you've ever encountered an alien.
Yes, I believe in aliens.
You heard it here first, a Goth Yearbook exclusive.
Oh my God. Like, why not? Like, why is there like no, the world is freaking weird. Like how can I say no? Like, right. I'm into hermetics and like esoteric studies. There's no way like I couldn't, I don't know if I've encountered an alien. Maybe they wiped my memory. I don't know. I started to think about the Slaughterhouse-5, like how they took the I'm like, I wonder if that happened. I just don't remember. But I've had like other weird experiences with like ghosts or entities. I don't really like to call them ghosts, but just like entities of like shapes of people standing over me while I'm sleeping. Usually I've had it happen a few times at my parents' house when I was younger. I felt my grandma's energy, and I was like, okay, whatever. But then I lived in Koreatown, and that energy, I swear, Koreatown's in Los Angeles is built on a burial ground. I don't know what's going on there, but I had the most insane stuff happen while I lived there for 6 months. And one of them was there was like this ectoplasm. I like to call it.
There's actually underneath Koreatown, there's actually a massive aquifer, like a mineral hot spring with like waters that have been used for centuries, and there's a Korean spa built around it now called Beverly Hot Springs. But
I've been there.
Yeah, but it's water that has been used since like before Los Angeles was built, basically in for health and ritual and stuff. So not surprising,
floating through. But so it used to glow on the like corner of my room, and I would like lay there and be like, oh. And then one night an entity like came and was like standing over me, and the energy was like horrible.
Oh no.
And so from there on out, I slept in the living room.
Oh shit.
For the rest of the time that I lived there.
Holy shit.
And that place was crazy. Like there were times when it was like near 8th and Hobart, and I was like in my early 20s, and it was a bunch of us lived in like this block radius. And I just got a phone call one day that was like, our building's getting raided by police looking for someone, and they're surrounding, you can't get in. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm not going home today. Like stuff like that, like peeping Toms in my window. Oh my God. A bucket of paint got dumped in my roommate's like through sunroof. My like okay, not a friend, but like someone got
Was
in
it
trouble.
you?
No, someone got in trouble with the gangsters and like basically was like, I'm gonna kill all you punk rock kids. And like I definitely got shot at walking to my car to go to band practice before.
Oh,
Jesus.
God.
Yeah, that so like a good 6 months. It was exciting. Oh, there was a serial killer that was in the neighborhood then too.
LA is a beautiful city.
Yeah.
This was all in like a matter of like 4 to 6 months. I was
all
like,
because of
wow,
the
I'm
appearance of
getting
that
out of
entity.
here.
Yeah, I
Maybe.
lived in a strange like block area. There was actually like nice residential well, I mean, what it was right by CBS Studios by the Grove.
Oh.
And what was funny is I could hear people like applauding from the studios, for like games for like The Price is Right they used to shoot there, and it was always like at the time that I was like doing dishes before work, and people would be like, yeah, woo, yeah.
You're like, good job,
I was
Caitlin,
like,
you're
thanks.
cleaning.
Oh, right. But yeah, like weird shit would happen. Like there would be like I wouldn't be able to go to work because there was a police chase happening, or like someone would be wandering around. It was just, yeah, it was that energy, that like chaotic energy, and it was just my block because everywhere else in the neighborhood was fine. But I did want to say, because of this question, I have to do a what is it called when you promote something? Plug. I gotta plug something real quick.
I got a new single coming out, by the way.
Yeah. No, I am actually going on Keep It Weird podcast next week on Monday to talk about aliens and my experience being abducted when I was 4. Yeah, so I don't want to like obviously go into that here, but just to plug Keep It Weird podcast. If you're not listening already, we've had Ashley and Lauren on the show a bunch of times. Tune in soon for my alien episode. All right, back to you.
Wait, is it live? Like, can you watch like how you guys do this?
No, they're gonna. Yeah, I'm not sure when the episode is gonna air yet.
Okay,
but we're
I'll keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, good times. Because I'm gonna be talking to you about like I have a pretty like I have to like sit down and write it down because I have to figure out like how I want to say it, but I have ideas about what aliens are and like how we're constantly in communication with them and all that kind of thing. So
look out.
Thank you for letting
look
me
out.
Yeah. Look out for that.
I'm
weird.
Excited.
Figure this shit out.
We're gonna knock out one real quickly before we get on to the next part of the show. Ammo, someone wanted to know, what is the worst job you've ever had?
The worst job?
Yeah. For the listener at home, she is thinking about it. Well, the entity.
I mean, any office job?
Ugh.
Word, yeah.
I mean, I got fired from my office job that I worked at with this guy who was like a woman hater and just picked on me. And for no reason, everyone in the office knew. And one day he like fired me because my car got stolen and my friend died. And I was like trying to talk to my mom during work hours about like the car police report, and he fired me. And I literally was like, I am never working in an office ever again.
Yeah.
And I haven't.
It can be very soul sucking for sure. The whole it's so weird and culty, like the whole environment of like, this is all that should matter while you're here. And this is where you are most of your life.
Yeah. I'm like, I devote a lot of time to this building and to my bed. So we sleep most of our life and you go to work most of your life, and it's like, well, shit, what do I do the rest of the time? So yeah, I was like, take this job and shove it, as Jello would say.
Yeah.
Actually, I got fired, but
Eric, have you ever had like a real shit job besides your job now? No, I'm just kidding.
I will say, like, I did, because it's like a office-ish job. It's also like a construction job. So it's actually, I get in many ways the best of both worlds. It's just a stressful job. But I did work at a law office before this one, which at this point, that was like 8 years ago, because I've been at this job forever. And that job was like a true office job. Like, it didn't you didn't feel like you were working in a law office. It just felt like you were working on an office. And like Caitlin, you hit it on the head. It's like when you're like the mentality there was very much, there was like barely any windows in the place. Like it felt very closed in, like watching the show The Office, like, you know, like when they're in like the main area and you're like, there's barely any windows, like you're just
it's just fluorescent lights. Yeah.
And that was the vibe. Was just like, you're supposed to like, like you're supposed to be obsessed about this like job that like no one there gave a the lawyers, the attorneys barely gave a shit. But my worst job, but real quickly I'll shout it out, was this was like at the height of my like degenerate like drug using days, was this job where I'd go in at like 5 a.m. to this kitchen to like prep food for like 2 or 3 hours, and then I would go out and like everyone had different routes, and I would go out and like deliver these lunches to like these different offices actually. So it was like me going to offices once again, and it wasn't like that the people had already bought it. You had to go around and be like checking in cubicles and being like, hey, do you want lunch? And like you made money based on like,
did you have people. A push cart?
Yeah.
Were you like that person?
Oh yeah, it was. And so like it's the worst of every fucking world ever, because you go in early and like you haven't slept at all, so you're like going in and no one there like was happy. Everyone's fucking pissed off. The guy who like that was like the main chef had like the same like classic rock station playing, and it was the same playlist every day. Like you knew what time it was when like fucking AC/DC's Hell's Bells was playing. I'm not lying. It was like, which feels like you're in fucking purgatory. Then going out,
Day, man.
Yeah. Then going out, and it's not even that people already bought it, so you don't have to like interact with them that much. You had to like kind of be a salesperson, because like how much you made in sales that day was like how much you brought back and could like get for yourself besides the base thing. It was horrific. I was only there for like I think 3 or 4 months, but it was without question, to this day I still think about it. I'm like, I will never complain too much about any job I have, because that was like literal hell.
Yeah.
What about you, Kaylin?
Damn, I was actually not even thinking about it.
Well,
she was attentively listening. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's getting late, guys.
The first thing that came to mind was just like a one-day thing, but it was a massage job, and it was at a sperm bank. It actually wasn't that bad. It's just like the first thing that popped in my mind.
I think we need to
lot of
some
things
backstory.
So the reason I didn't do it again is exactly for the reason that like how you guys reacted, because it's just like something that's too ridiculous. Literally, it was for the employees. It was like a thing that corporate set up to like give the employees like a nice day, and I just like went in with a chair, and it was actually a lot of money, and it was really easy, and like people are just like office workers coming in, like basically like they like a weird it wasn't a gymnasium. I don't know why I'm imagining it was a gymnasium. It was an elementary school / sperm bank.
Yeah, it was.
I think this needs its own episode, like an entire episode devoted for this story.
No, it was just weird, like knowing that a bunch of dudes were masturbating at any given moment, like all around me, like through the walls.
Oh man. Wow.
But that was actually not bad. I did it like one day, and it was like a good amount of money for an easy day. It was just funny because it was like, yeah, it sounds real bad. Like, oh, what'd you do today? You know, yeah, gave massages at a sperm bank all day. All right. What was that?
It was a bite.
Okay. Bite me, Eric. Sounds like a fraud.
Okay. So good. Okay. It is that time of the evening, though, where we have to segue over to our game. As you know,
I did give them porn, though. Sorry, that was
Don't worry, they had porn.
It's fine. Eric's had that soundboard for like a year now, and he hasn't used it once.
I was wondering, I was like, I've never heard you do this before. Is this some new thing?
You know why? Caitlin can attest to this. This was very early on, like way early. Probably like had only been like working together on the podcast like a month or two. But there was like a day where it was the day I think I got the mix board for the first time. And she was like telling me like some wildly like sad thing that was going on in her personal life. And I was like hitting up. Do you remember that? I kept like playing.
Which was
these,
a
like,
year ago. It was everything. Just just put my cat down, and then it was
And I was like hitting the soundboard like every 2 seconds, and you're like, "I'm quitting the show."
No, you were like wah 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 wah, honk honk.
So rude.
I know. I can't use it because I would honestly get addicted to it. It would just be like someone's trying to like tell like a really tragic story, and I'd be like, boom, 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 boom. Okay.
All right.
Sorry, it's time.
That joke was like 30 seconds late and totally derailed, but we're ready to move on.
Here we go. New segment time.
We should have segment sound cues.
I know. It's on the to-do list.
Shop talk, guys. Shop talk.
That never-ending to-do list. Okay. Ammo. As you may or may not know, we always end our shows with personality quizzes, and this episode is certainly no different. We scour the depths of the internet to find something. I'm actually going off book on this one. I'm not going to our standard site. This is called quiz-bliss.com. And that is because, all this astrology talk, I wanted to find out. Our friend Ammo here, you may or may not know, Caitlin, is a Sagittarius. I think.
Okay.
I was gauging her reactions to make sure you are right.
I feel like I should know this.
Okay. And so we're going to give you a test to see if you are a true Sagittarius. So are you ready to find out if you actually hit the true Sagittarius? Whatever you would call it. This was created by Katrina and Hurricane Katrina, December 22nd, 2016. Are you ready to do this, Ammo?
Yes.
Here we go. So there's going to be some easy ones, but it'll get a little bit more difficult. I heard
the Price is Right clapping in my head that Caitlin was talking about earlier when she was doing the dishes. Like when you said that, I was like, applause. I'm like, yes, I'm ready.
What is the date range for those born under this horoscope sign? Is it November 22nd through December 21st, October 23rd through November 21st, or April 20th through May 20th?
Wait, what?
For the Sagittarius, which one was the correct?
For a Sagittarius, so the answer has to be for the Sag. Oh, okay.
Yes, because we're finding out if you're
November,
November
through December. Okay, I was like, I thought you wanted me to tell you what sign went in there. So yes. November to December.
Boom. What element best fits your personality? Earth, water, or fire?
Fire.
Oh shit. All right.
Just like that crazy ass thing that you made today. I don't know how you did it, the like photo video thing. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Hell yeah. I'm fucking stoked you liked it. Which of these three is not one of your strengths? Generous, resourceful, or a great sense of humor?
What? Generous, resourceful,
or a great
probably
sense of
generous.
Boom. All right.
Did I win?
We don't know. It'll be tallied at the very end. Which one of these is your weakness? You're impatient, you're jealous, or you're inflexible?
Impatient for sure.
All right.
Hurry up with the next question.
What do you value most? Freedom, practicality, or honesty?
Ooh.
Oh, well, freedom and honesty are both like saggy things. So I don't know. I guess freedom would be more of the stereotypical.
Freedom. Hey, you know what? What do you dislike? Sudden changes, clingy people, or dishonesty?
The last two. Probably clingy people.
Caitlin, make a note. We're going to ask her to be on the show again in 2 weeks.
All right. Text ammo immediately after show.
Which does not describe you? Which does not describe you? Introvert, likes change, optimistic. Don't game it though. You gotta answer for yourself.
Well, this is all about Sagittarius, not actually who I am. So
no, it's about you.
It
it's
would
about
be
you.
Introvert. Oh, it's about me. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, how Sagittarian am I? Is that the?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. That's how Sagittarius I am. I'm already on to the next adventure. Can you repeat the question? I already forgot.
Which does not describe you, ammo? Introverted, likes change, or optimistic?
God, that's like none of those. Optimistic.
All right, she's going with optimistic. Which trait sometimes gets you in trouble? Being a pushover, bluntness and honesty, or stubbornness?
Yeah, that one.
Bluntness and honesty.
I already know. I'm like the foot in the mouth, like thing. Yeah.
What is your life motto? I know, I see, I have.
Wow.
Oh,
I know.
Oh shit. Okay. Which symbol best describes you? Arrow, scales, or lion?
Arrows.
Nah, shit. What motivates you? Material things, competition, or a need for accomplishment?
Accomplishment.
What is your favorite kind of food? Spicy foods, exotic foods, or the sweets and the carbs?
Spicy. I put hot sauce on everything.
Hell yeah, same here.
And I will line them up like for any meal, and I will like put like 3 or 4 of them of the same or different hot sauces on the same.
I line them up with 3 of the same.
3 are the same. No, yeah, I don't know. I have there's a cupboard full of hot sauce. Yes.
Hell yeah. Someone wanted to know in the YouTube chat before I forget it. Sorry, someone's throwing in some last minute questions. Someone wanted to know Akira or Spirited Away. I don't know if I'm saying that first one right. Those are 2 anime movies, I believe.
I mean, I have to pick one?
Yeah.
Wait, you just took a question from the chat in the middle of a personality quiz? Eric, what are you doing?
My ADHD just going off the rails on that one.
To be honest and blunt, I have never seen either, and I think I saw a billboard for Spirited Away, so I'm having a visual of it, but I'm not really sure.
I think it's about horses.
I live in the forest, guys. I don't know what's happening. I'm just kidding.
Spirited Away is about horses? Eric, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, isn't it?
No, it's not. You're thinking of Spirit, the DreamWorks picture about a Mustang.
Yeah. Shit. That's right. Okay, going laser focus back into the game. What do you love most? Ammo, traveling, traditional values, or high quality clothes?
Traveling. But I also love Andy Meister, so I don't know. But traveling, yes.
Oh shit. What is your favorite school subject? Okay, this is one of those ones where they bundle together. So one is philosophy, languages, and history, math or the sciences, or performing and visual arts. What was your favorite when you were at school?
Philosophy in school? Oh,
yeah.
Probably all the art stuff, and like also ditching and smoking cigarettes across the street.
Stabbing people
and not finishing school.
Hell yeah, that's fucking right.
I left. I was like, fuck this, I'm out. I do have a degree though. A bachelor's degree is very expensive. Kids don't get one.
So, I fucking smoke cigarettes. I ditch every day. I do have a bachelor's degree.
But don't
waste
your money.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Go learn a trade.
That's right. When it comes to fashion, what is your sense of style? Anything flashy or bold, the hottest trends or trendy but casual?
Black.
Hell yeah. Would you?
I don't know what part of those questions includes only black.
What would you throw, like an all black? Would that be considered bold, Caitlin? You think? Is that like a bold wardrobe choice, or is it trendy but casual?
Catsuit.
Or is it trendy but casual?
Yeah.
I think that one over bold.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna calculate. We're gonna calculate right now.
By the way, Spirited Away is a Studio Ghibli film from like 2001, and it was sorry,
also
I'm
about
just stalling this. It's not about a horse.
Okay. So I put the results in. A ginormous picture of Kim Kardashian has appeared for some reason. It says,
is she a Sagittarius?
I'm guessing so, because it says that you are 100% definitely a Sagittarius.
Ooh,
you fit this horoscope sign to a perfect T. There's no doubt about it. You are a true Sagittarius. With a burning desire to travel and experience new things running through your veins, you are a true Sag. Fun-loving, honest, and optimistic. You are a true centaur, just like many celebrities. That include Miley Cyrus, Kim Kardashian, and Taylor Swift. You're lucky to share the same horoscope sign as many famous people. Please share this quiz with your friends.
I'm so honored.
Between Miley Cyrus, Kim Kardashian, and Taylor Swift, who do you relate to the most on that Sag scale?
You know, one time I tried to learn a T Swift song and it was really hard to play and sing it. And I was like, I don't know what I thought. I just gave up.
Which one?
I don't even remember the name because I was just like, I'm going to Google this song and just sit here and try to learn it. And then it was like in one ear, not the other. I was like, this is hard. I'm going to stop, which is Sagittarius. Like,
yeah, because you were onto that
working.
new exciting adventure with your happy and
Um,
optimistic lifestyle.
Yeah, so happy. I just put all my sadness in my music, and then you can just hear my morbid lyrics about death and whatever. And then I'll come here and be like, hey guys, how's everything going?
I feel like that's a Kim K.
I don't really know anything about her, so
I say that
no
so
idea.
Like,
on her.
I feel like that's a Kim K.
I'll trust you.
I know that she married Kanye and that she got a lot of people out of prison.
I think she has a makeup line. Oh no, she has an underwear line, or like a you know those like underwears that you
like
put on to like the
shaper
where you like that's very uncomfortable to be in. Yeah, she makes those.
Cool. Good for her.
That's all I do.
Well, that's all the time we have for this evening.
Wow,
I'm so sad.
Ammo, thank you so much for once again coming on the show and enlightening all of us with that brilliance of yours and showing us all up and down what it means to be up in them charts. But of course, one of the reasons why we had you on the show was because you had a new single, which we never actually named during this entire segment. So why don't you spend a moment?
Wait, that's the only reason I'm here?
No, you're here because you're a friend and family. But why don't you spend a moment plugging what's coming out this Friday?
Okay. So, the title of the song, it's called Rose and Crown, and it's a single, and it's coming out on Friday. But I think I'm like just repeating what you said because I feel like a dingbat right now. Okay, let me regroup here because I feel a little like, I feel like I took a bunch of drugs. Like, I feel like I'm in high school with you guys right now. We're just like having a sleepover.
That's the vibe. That's
and like
whenever
the magic of our show.
When I invite people on the show, I say it's like being at a sleepover.
Yeah, it's great. Okay, so I'm starting fresh. Okay, so I have a single coming out on Friday. You can stream it wherever. I don't know. It distributed wherever the distribution people put it, like Spotify and crap like that. And I think there's like a preview that I just got a notification for on Spill Magazine that you might be able to get a little preview of it right now on their website. I think from SoundCloud or something. But officially it comes out on Friday. And then I will have a music video for it come out in a couple weeks that I did.
Yeah.
Which will be equally terrifying because this single for me, for this project, I used my name. My first single, I just put my big face on the cover. And then the video is like me singing. And I'm like, I would never do that. And then fast forward to 2021 and look at what I did.
Fuck
so
yeah.
now
Bold.
I'm like, I
Bold
was like,
moves.
you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to like pretend I'm Kate Bush and just like wish I was her. I don't know.
Fuck yeah.
No, she's amazing. She's like such the artist, like
yeah, absolutely,
so talented. But anyways, I like to think about, I'm like, what would Kate Bush do in this situation? And I would just like, probably not that, but I did it anyway. So
hell yeah,
there you have it. I have a song out on Friday. It's Wednesday. Yeah.
All right, Rose and Crown, y'all. By Ammo. Check it out.
Friday.
That was like the
it's
hardest
Wednesday.
plug I've ever done. It's past my bedtime. Didn't we used to do this at 10 before?
We
Did
did,
it get like pushed to 9?
Yeah, we did.
Crazy.
That was during quarantine when like the world was asleep.
Yeah, we're
okay, got it.
Caitlin and I, we got a little older. The sleepy time bear in us both does not want us being up that late. So by next year it'll be 8 o'clock.
I know.
But anyway, Ammo, always an absolute goddamn pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you so much. I'm very excited to see that video. Excited to hear that song on Friday. It is Wednesday, as Ammo said. But we will get there soon enough,
but
guys.
If you go to the Spill magazine, I think you can get a little
taste
of the song.
Yeah, you hear
it. Like, you know what would be really helpful if people are like listening right now is to go pre-save my song. That would be really cool.
Hell yeah. You heard that? You heard that, folks? I see you all on the YouTube. You're all listening. You're all watching. Go pre-save it. You heard it here first, folks. Pre-save that Ammo. Yeah. Well, once again, thank you so much for being on the show. We will definitely have you on always and forever. Caitlin, as I always say, thank you for being the co-host with the mo-host. I'm going to say goodnight to both y'all.
Good night,
guys.
Good night.
Bye.